I can't fix this problem. I am one person. All the activists in this space, they're one person. They're fighting up a mountain every single day. And while they're trying to do that, the conservative right is throwing rocks at them every single day and blaming, why aren't you up the mountain yet? Why aren't you up the mountain yet? Why aren't you up the mountain yet? Why are you up the mountain yet? As they're throwing fucking rocks at you, blaming you for not being on the top of the mountain when they are the ones that are causing the most problems in getting to the top of the fucking mountain. So I'm going to demonstrate to you what's happening. And what you do with that is your business. But what I'm going to do with it is change the direction of this YouTube channel going forward, to be quite honest. And let's start with that. Let's start with that because I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was no longer going to make content about the schools if the numbers on the content that I'm making about the schools didn't come up. And I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for any financial support. I did several streams talking about this. I did absolutely everything I could do to try to support you guys in giving you what you said you wanted. And not only have the numbers not come up, they've actually gone down. So I want to show you this. Queer math. Would you guys be offended to know that your children are being taught queer math in school? Well, only 164 of you seem to care enough to click on a video about it. Archie going trans, 217 people. Meghan Markle, over 1,000 views. Meghan Markle, 2,500 views. Queer biology, 527. Teaching kids to be queer. You know what? This one actually did okay. I mean, relatively speaking, about 1,000 views is about the max that I can expect on any given video about what's going on in the schools. We've got the socialism stuff. The socialism stuff, generally the clips don't perform at all. So those are actually pretty average for the socialism clips that I make. CNN, Caitlin Collins, 3,300 views. Trump, 4,000 views. The truth about schools and gender, under 1,000 views. How to protect your kids from gender ideology in the schools, 578 views. Anderson Cooper is a white supremacist, 4,000 views. The best part of Trump's CNN town hall, 23,000 views. The craziest woke teachers conference, hey, this actually did okay, 2,400 views, not so bad on that one. But how to find how they're teaching your kids social justice, 851 views. And I can go on and on and on about this. Where the clips that I am posting about the schools are just not performing, guys. They're just not. And I can only take so much of the excuses because I stream at a very consistent time every single day. I post clips every single day, almost every single day. People know that if they come to my channel, they're going to find new content. So I don't want to hear, we're not being notified. I don't want to hear, YouTube is suppressing the video. Because guess what, guys? If you come to my channel and you click on videos and you click on latest, they're going to come right up. You're not watching them in your in the subscriptions. You're not watching them when they're recommended because I can see the click-through rate when they're recommended. And you're choosing to click on Meghan Markle and Trump videos, but you're not choosing to click on the videos about the schools. I can see the numbers, guys. I don't want to hear YouTube is suppressing your content because I can see the numbers. I don't want to hear I'm not being notified because I've set up multiple systems to notify you. I really did try, guys. I tried. And it's not working. I begged. I pleaded. I said, please click on the videos when they're served to you. That didn't happen. Please like the videos when you're watching the streams. That didn't happen. Please comment on the videos. I promise you, if you click on the videos you claim to want, and you like the videos you claim to want, and you comment on the videos you claim to want, and maybe even share them out, then you will get recommended more videos. I promise you. And it didn't work. So, you've told me what you want. And what you want is rah, rah Trump and royal gossip and some socialism. We're still going to do socialism. But I cannot continue to rationalize continuing to create this content, spending as much time as I do on this content, and doing everything that I have done to try to get you guys to watch the content if you're just hell bent on not watching the content. And then some people they say, well, Carl, I can't watch it. It's just too hard to watch it. It's just too hard. Okay, well, then I don't want to watch it either. You know? Because I have to watch it in order to talk about it. I have to watch it several times over in order to clip it. I mean, how much do you want me to do that you're unwilling to do yourself? So, I guess that's just going to be the way it is. I'm not happy about it. But I don't know. Does anyone in the chat have any suggestions or thoughts? Because I truly don't know what to say and do anymore. I really, really don't. And I even put up a poll last night. I put up a poll and I said, do you want me to do more commentary on royal news and gossip? Because that actually seemed to go over pretty well. And no, 74% of people don't want me doing more stuff on that. But when I post, okay, well, if you don't want me doing more royal news and gossip, do you want to watch this video about queer biology, or do you want to watch this video about queer math? Do you want to watch any of this stuff that's the important stuff that you keep saying that you want and but you won't click on, you won't interact with? And again, there are no clicks, there are no interactions. How am I supposed to judge this, guys? Truly. How am I supposed to judge this? I'm honestly asking in the chat. I'm really am asking. How do you expect me to look at this information and not sit and not come to the conclusion that you simply don't want the content that you claim to want about the schools? Professor Tem says it's unfortunate that you're doing more for conservative children than they're willing to do themselves. That's exactly it. Milo says, face the facts. This lack of action and people getting involved is exactly how the left was able to get this far in the first place. That's exactly it. But I'm the bad guy when I tell people that. I'll show you evidence of that later. In fact, no, let me show you evidence of that right now. Let me show you evidence. Let me show you evidence that I will get painted as the bad guy if I tell you the things you don't want to hear. So Eric is the chief of staff at Project Veritas and generally a pretty good guy. Eric today posted on Twitter, how the fuck are these people winning? And of course you see a mishmash of all the different leftist varieties, and they're like, how are these people winning? And no, we're not. If people are not, okay, guys, listen, we went through this a couple weeks ago. This is not bargaining. This is not negotiation. I told you exactly what needed to happen for me to continue to do this content. I was explicit. I did everything I could, and no one showed up. So there's no negotiation. The channel's clickbait from now on. I mean, I see no other reason. I see no reason to continue trying to do this. You know? This is not going to be a mix. This is not going to be 50-50. This is not... If you want the school stuff, you can go subscribe to my Substack. I'll still do it there. Your school's videos are not... The school's videos... Let me be explicit about this. The school's videos are not being suggested because when they are suggested, they are not clicked on and watched. I have explained this 19 ways from Sunday. When they are suggested, they are not clicked on and not watched. Subscribers to the channel are not clicking on them and not watching them. When they show up in the recommendations, they are not clicked on and they are not watched. Do you know what is? Trump. Do you know what is? Royal stuff. Do you know what is? Clickbait bullshit. All of that stuff is clicked on. They are not being suggested because people who claim to want the content are seeing the content and they're saying, no, I'd rather watch Dylan Mulvaney. That's why they're not being recommended, guys. And again, I've explained this. Why on earth would I put schools' content behind a paywall when I can't get people to watch it for free? That doesn't make any sense. If someone isn't going to interact with the content for free, then I can't say, you know what? You don't want free? Okay, can I charge you money for that thing that you don't want for free? That doesn't make any sense. So no. No. Murphy's Pool says your dog is really cute. I appreciate that. Sean says it's probably that core group of people that vote on your poll that are the only ones. No, well, I mean, no, I don't even think that's it. I don't think that's it at all. Reagan says, guys, Carlin put this through a SWOT analysis exercise to evaluate the state of her channel, and it's looking like there are a lot of weaknesses and threats based on audience behavior. We didn't show up. That's exactly right. And I'm sorry, because there are some of you that do show up. Sadly, there are simply not enough. Simply not enough. Well, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to go on other channels. Do you want to know why? Because when I do, I am resoundingly attacked and called ugly and fat for hours and hours and smeared on the internet and have clips taken out of context to smear me more. The only thing that going on other channels has ever led to for me has been more harassment. That's it. It hasn't led to people engaging with the content. It hasn't led to people listening to the ideas. It's led to people saying, she's fat. She's ugly. Fuck her. She's a leftist. She has stupid hair. So I don't know what else to say. I am unwilling. I am unwilling. So let me show you an example of this, because this is a pretty typical interaction. So when Eric said, how the fuck are these people winning? I said, because the political right refuses to lift a finger to fight back and expects everyone to do it for them. And then this guy responds, it's difficult to fight back when any comment you make automatically makes you a misogynistic, racist, transphobe. Seriously, it's all or nothing with them and it's disgusting. Now, this is the typical conservative argument for why they refuse to fight back, why they refuse to do anything. They might occasionally say, I don't know what to do, to which I respond, I literally wrote a book telling you what to do. It's called Actively Unwoke, the ultimate guide for fighting back against the woke insanity in your life. I literally have checklists. There are checklists in the book. There's checklists for like everything that I have given you more than enough to get started. There's no excuse. I broke it down and made it as simple as anyone has made it for you. I gave you explicit things to do in a checklist form. So we don't have that excuse anymore. But that's not even what this is. This person is saying, if I fight back, they'll call me mean names. Well, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. If you choose to do something or not to do something based on the fact that you might get called a mean fucking name, then that's on you. That's on you. And you've just given the left all the power over you they need. I just told you that I refuse to go onto other channels because I don't want to get called fat and ugly for hours and to have no one actually listen to what I say. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have myself taken out of context on other people's channels. I don't want to be smeared. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm over it. It's been 3 years of my life. I am fucking done. And so some might say, Carlin, that's you're not doing it based on what other people might say and do. Well, no, it's not quite the same thing because I refuse to go onto other channels because people on my own fucking team will attack me relentlessly if I do. This is not that. I have never once backed down from the left anytime I've been called a racist or homophobe or transphobe or any of the other fucking phobes. Or an extreme right wing, like Nazi or whatever they're calling me today. I've never backed down to the left. You don't bend the knee to an enemy. My problem is I get attacked from the side that I'm supposed to be on, which is why I don't work with them anymore. This is different. This is someone saying, well, they'll just call me a racist, so it's not even worth trying anyway. All right, so here's a typical interaction with a conservative. I say, you literally just said that you are giving the left power over you. You literally just told us that you are not going to do something because a leftist will call you a mean word. That's an excuse. It is nothing more than an excuse. It is only and exclusively an excuse. And this is the conversation that unfolded, and I want to walk you guys through it. And again, this is not about this guy specifically. This is a very typical interaction with a conservative. Very, very typical. He says, it's not an excuse. I was just making a joke. And I said, and yet there are those of us out there who are doing these things every day who would never use that as an excuse. So now he's trying to pretend that he was just making a joke. Again, this is a typical thing that a conservative does. Anytime they get called out, they say, I was just joking. You're just too stupid to understand. Okay, well, that's not what happened. And I said, okay, well, if this is the attitude, you're never going to contribute in a meaningful way. And he said, because I made a joke that you were not smart enough to understand. All right, well, no, it was sarcasm. We're still arguing about the damn joke. Like he is completely deflected on the fact that he is making an excuse for why he can't do anything to fight back against the left. And instead, he's attacking me and talking down to me because I called him out on the bullshit and said, stop making excuses and actually do something. And so then I told him that his kids were going to be transed in the schools. And he says, I'll handle that battle locally, in person, in a school system that's pretty damn good. There's not a whole lot of that woke shit going on here. This is an excuse that I hear from conservatives all the time. I'm in a red state and my school district is fine and nothing is going on there. Well, the problem is this guy's in Oklahoma. And do you know how I know that this shit is all over Oklahoma schools? The stuff that this guy refuses to watch, refuses to interact with, refuses to have any meaningful conversation about because he's making excuses that he doesn't want to be called a racist and a misogynist if he does. This is all over the schools in the state that he lives in. And I know that because I know activists working in that state. But he's like, nope, don't need to worry about it. And I said, you're one of the people that's going to get hit the worst and you won't see it coming because you are not listening. I'm listening. My daughter will be transitioned to a man because I make excuses. And then he called me a clown. And I said, yeah, that quite literally happens every day. And it does happen every day, guys. Do you know how many people in so-called conservative school districts have had their kids transitioned by the schools before they ever knew anything was going on? Sam says, I live in Tulsa and the schools are woke as hell because of the last superintendent. That's right. James Jones says, I came to Iowa from Oklahoma. He's refusing to see what's right in front of him. That's right. And again, this is every single day for me for different conservatives, not just this asshole. Every single one. So he said, "Don't get me wrong. I'm against indoctrination and BS stuff all day long. We have some aligning opinions, but you're sounding a little too extreme for me. There's anti-government, and then there's blowing up a federal building. So now, because I have tried to tell him that his child will be transed by the schools if he doesn't start listening, now he has called me a terrorist. This is a conservative. Again, you try to tell people. You try to I have presented so many mountains of receipts, it's ridiculous. This person in particular has followed me for a really long time, but I'm a terrorist because I'm trying to get him to listen to things he doesn't want to listen to. All right. So then I blocked him because why wouldn't I? And do you know what they do after you block them? After they spend all day reeing at you and complaining about you and calling you a terrorist and a clown and insulting you? Then they go, "Well, she blocked me. She blocked me. She blocked me." And then he went and found the account harassing me, which is quite literally run by leftists. I'm going to say that again. The conservative who refused to listen to what is going on in the schools in his state and would rather insult me and then complain when he got blocked, went and found the leftist account that harasses me every single day of my life that I have had to deal with for over 3 years now. And now he's going to start harassing me every single day of my life because he's upset that I wouldn't tell him the things that he wanted to hear. And Julie is hitting the nail on the head. It feels like these people don't deserve the help. That is exactly where I'm at with this, guys. That's where I'm at with it. This is why I put most of my Substack behind a paywall. Because I'm so tired of dealing with conservative bullshit like this that I can't take it anymore. I really can't. The Brainstem account is an account actively harassing me every single day of my life, has doxed me on multiple occasions, has doxed my friends on multiple occasions, has done more to fuck up my life than most things. The Philosophists don't cast too many pearls before them swine, Dr. K. Well, I'm trying not to. So this is an example, guys. This is one example. Oh, and when I said I unblocked him because he's about to get his ass blocked again, I unblocked him to show you guys what he's doing. He, of course, decided to call me a bitch and is probably now whining in his feed. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at the whining. This is real time. I have no idea what we're going to find. Yep. He's talking to people harassing me. This is him harassing me. This is all people harassing me that he's interacting with right now. You see? This is quite literally every single day. Oh, look there. Oh, there, he's posting. He's posting one of the smear videos that they made about me that I have to put up with all the time. Because sometimes I yell on the internet and they wait for those moments. They wait for those specific moments. This is a conservative, guys. I deal with this shit every day. Holy fuck, she's awful. Oh, yep, still going. Still going. So why don't we just take care of this situation and block him now? There we go. But the reason I showed you that is because this is quite literally every single day with different conservatives. And I want people to see this. I want you to understand what the challenge is with your own side. I am not the only ones that experience this, guys. This is pretty much every single activist that I know experiences stuff exactly like this. And it is people like this that cause people to quit. I interact with far more conservatives like this than I do people who are actually interested in learning or using the information that's given to them or going to a school board meeting or giving a speech or FOIA-ing information from a school district. I interact with far more conservatives like this than I interact with people who are actually willing to do anything. And that's why, going back to Eric's question earlier, oh, going back to Eric's question earlier, how the fuck are these people winning? This is why. This is why. It's so depressing and it's so maddening and it's frustrating and it is a constant black pill experience.